Hi everyone, this is Peter McPhail with Lifestyle Properties of Maine. I am standing on the shores of Junior Lake in Lakeville, Maine. I'm here with Mike Palonis. He's one of the owners of Wild Fox Cabins and Campground. And we get a lot of people that either have never been to Maine, have no idea what it's like, or people that have been here, want to come back, or want to experience a remote wilderness escape. And the property we're looking at today is not for sale. It's available if you want to come up and experience Maine. You can rent a cabin from Mike. It's a beautiful remote location on a pristine body of water. So Mike, here we are, shores of Junior Lake, December.
Yep.
Probably not our best time to be here, but it's a beautiful spot. Just driving in, the remoteness here, absolutely gorgeous. So I appreciate you letting us come by today. Tell me a little bit about the property.
So the property is 150 acres. We have 8 rental cabins. We have 10 campsites. 4 of them have full hookups, 30 amp service and water. We also have a remote tenter site, which is a 1,000-foot hike in to a remote campsite that has a wood stove in it, a queen-size mattress, and a private campsite, which is overlooking a lake that you see nothing but wilderness. Comes with its own canoe and kayak.
So that one, the walk-in tent, are we gonna be able to see that today?
Yes, we will.
Beautiful. Now, that's the one on, is that on Horseshoe Lake?
That is on Horseshoe, yes.
So that's a great point, guys. Just a little bit about this area. Junior Lake, we've got access to, let's see, the Scraggly Lake, Pocumkus, West Grand Lake. So you've got miles and miles of waterways.
It connects with 8 lakes that you can boat to,
so
all the way down to West Grand.
And then to boot, guys, is we have, there's a fair amount of the shoreline here that is in conservation. So, I mean, we've got undeveloped shoreline, you know,
yes,
just miles and miles of shoreline.
This is all tribal land right here. This will never be
developed.
Never be developed.
So somebody coming here, I mean, you've got people coming to fish.
Fish, water activities, snowmobile, cross-country ski, just relax, go swimming in the summertime, go to one of the beaches. We are also offered the only boat launch on Junior Lake. So if you want to bring your own boat, we have a boat launch. If you rent a cabin, you have a boat slip. If you don't have your own boat, we do have 4 16-foot aluminum boats that we do rent out. We have canoes, kayaks, and paddle boards. We have a couple paddle boats that we rent, and we also rent a bass boat.
So if somebody wanted to come in and say, hey, you know, we're going to bring the family up for a vacation, you guys have everything they need,
yes,
to enjoy what Maine has to offer.
Correct.
They can go fishing on the lake if they want to canoe or boat over to some of the beaches in the area.
Correct.
That are on that, the beaches are on the conservation land, right?
Yes.
So they could go over there, and I would imagine there's times they might be the only ones.
On the beach, the closest beach, there's usually nobody on it.
That's amazing. So before we get started here on the tour, folks, if this is your first time on the channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell. We appreciate your support. It helps us to bring you good content. So again, thanks for joining us today. We're going to head around and take a look at the cabins and the facility here.
So we're adding trails like this all through the property because there's a lot of people that want to just get out and go for a little hike and walk through the woods. During the pandemic, basically, we had a lot of people from Boston that came up.
Yeah.
And we're never in the woods.
Never been in the woods?
Never been in the woods. So thankfully we have like a trail like this. Some of the signage is down. We put it up every spring.
Yeah.
So it's a little better marked, which is a little half-mile loop. We're not going to do the whole thing, but we don't have to worry about somebody that's not comfortable walking in the woods getting lost.
Yeah.
And we have a local Boy Scouts that come up and mark out the trail in the springtime.
Okay.
You can see some of them are still up here.
Cool.
And they're marked with their names. And we do clean up these trails, usually in the springtime or early summer, so that if somebody's not really fit, they could still do a simple, fairly flat hike, you know.
Easy hike, yeah.
Unfortunately, along the trails, you're not going to see a lot of the edible mushrooms like the lobster and the chaga because they're all pretty much taken.
Right.
But once you get off into the woods, if you know what you're looking for, there's plenty of to harvest. So this happens to just be the closest sitting spot that people like to come down. We have a few of these on the property that people just come down. Here's another one of our trails that goes that way, but I'm not going to take you.
So Mike, you've got some groomed hiking trails around the property, and obviously there's miles and miles of dirt logging roads around for people to hike.
Yes.
But this is certainly, you're coming through an undisturbed wilderness here. We come out to the stream. The stream connects the two, Horseshoe and Junior Lake.
Correct. Yes.
So what do you see your guests using this section of the property for?
People like to come down here and watch the wildlife. There's a lot of otter and beaver action playing, especially in the springtime. They're very active then. It's also it's a nice peaceful paddle if you like to kayak or canoe, because it's out of the wind if it's a windy day, or if you just want to get off the big lake on a nice peaceful place where you cannot get lost.
Yeah, yeah, and I think Horseshoe, there's probably just a few cabins on Horseshoe?
Horseshoe currently I think has around 8 cabins.
8 cabins on it?
Yeah, on the entire lake.
Yeah, so really, and I've seen Junior Lake, depending on the weather, it can get really rough.
Yes.
So this does give your guests an alternative
yes.
to get out of that wind if they need to, or weather if they need to.
Correct, yes.
Cool. It's a pretty spot.
Thank you.
So we've arrived at one of the cabins here, and what's your operation? You're open year round, pretty much.
We're open year round, except for we're closed during mud season. Mud season up here is roughly March 15th, March 20th through May 1st.
Through May 1st. All right. So the cabins here, the amenities to the cabins. I'm looking out front. Got a beautiful covered porch here. I'm looking at a fire pit. Every cabin has a fire pit and picnic table.
Every cabin has a fire pit, a picnic table, and a gas grill.
So when the kids want to come out and make s'mores, you're ready for them.
Yes, and we do sell s'mores kits in the store.
In the store. So, hey, everything they need to really experience it here. So the cabins themselves, we might as well go in and take a look.
Yes, you want to take a look?
Absolutely.
Right, sounds good.
So we enter into the cabins here, and then we've got a nice downstairs bedroom off the entryway.
Yep.
And I really like all the wood in here and the post and beam feel to it. So we've got full bathroom with shower stall here.
Yep.
So all the amenities of almost all the amenities of home, really.
Yes.
Small. Is this electric fridge or propane?
This is an electric fridge and freezer.
Okay.
It is a propane oven and stovetop.
Got that.
Each cabin has its own coffee pot, and per request, we do provide microwave if needed.
If needed, okay.
Each cabin does have a gas-fired stove for additional ambiance and heat. We also have a heat pump in each cabin if it's too warm out in the summertime or too cold in the wintertime, it heats cabins nicely. We have satellite TV in all the cabins. So
that naughty word, TV. We have it.
We have it, yep.
So Mike, these are very cozy cabins that you have here, especially with a propane fireplace. The downstairs area, I mean, you've got the one bedroom there, plus you have the loft.
Yes.
So as far as, comfortably sleeping, what would you say your arrangements would be?
5 to 6 people for each cabin. There is a queen size bed downstairs in the bedroom, 2 doubles upstairs, and a single upstairs. We do offer cabins that are close to each other. If you did have a group of people that wanted to entertain in between the 2 cabins, we do have quite a few family reunions here.
Cool. No, this would be a great spot for some reunions, or I just came off a high school reunion.
Yep.
So I could see a group of people coming out and having a fantastic time out here.
Birthday parties, we've had engagements here, we've had engagement parties, yes.
Nice. And today it's like 20-something degrees out, so I got to tell you guys, having this little puppy here is a treat.
Yeah.
It really is. Now this is the part that I've been kind of excited to see, this remote, is it tenter site?
Tenter site, yes, yes.
Right.
You don't have to bring your own tent. You can bring an additional tent if you want, but there's a tent set up on a platform. It's got a queen size mattress in there. It's got a little wood stove and a propane stove.
Okay.
Let's take a walk in.
So we're about how far in?
This is between, let's say about 1,000 to 1,200 feet in.
So Mike, we've arrived at the shore of Horseshoe Lake, and this is the tenter site, and it's very private, beautiful spot.
No view of any other cabins or camps. It's nice because it comes with its own canoe and kayak.
Yeah.
For exploring in peace and quiet.
So the amenities here, Mike. So obviously you've got a nice wood stove to stay warm. What else would a guest have here?
So if the people aren't comfortable using a wood stove inside the tent, there's also a nice propane heater in there.
Okay.
So you can use it even during the off seasons when it's a little cool in the end of October and it's in the 30s. The tent's still very comfortable. It comes with its own bedding. It also has a little picnic table with a little kitchenette there. Comes with a couple frying pans, a couple plates, a couple dishes, spoons, forks, very minimal.
Yep.
But if a couple wants to come out here and just bring their food and clothes, they pretty much have everything they need right here just to relax.
So I can bring my cooler in with my steaks in there, and then some salad greens, cook over the fire.
Yes.
And this is really cool. You know, I've seen similar setups like this in the Great Smoky Mountains.
Yep.
I've seen setups like this in Utah. So it is certainly a unique experience.
Yes.
Cool.
I haven't tried out the little shower yet outside. That may not work at this time of year. And, the bathroom facilities are also movable.
Yep.
It actually has a composting bag that you put in there.
Okay.
And the trash, you have to hike out. Anything that you carry in, you do have to hike back out with. So you could basically come here and stay a few days and never have to go. Again, there is no power here. So when people do come, they usually do feel a little more comfortable having a flashlight or two.
Flashlight, or you know, if they brought a little LED lantern, something like that. And then, you know, at nighttime you're going to have a campfire going.
Exactly.
So
it's also nice for families if you want to have some time with your spouse and you want to set up another tent. There's plenty of room for the kids to stay if you bring your own tent.
No, that's a great idea.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Now this is a beautiful spot here on Horseshoe Lake, and private. Beautiful, you know, we've got 100-year-old trees in here. We've spruce and hemlock and white birch. Just a beautiful setup, Mike.
Thank you.
So in the wintertime, Mike, we've got 4 rental cabins.
Yes.
The rest of the year, other than mud season, is a total of 8 cabins.
Correct. Yep.
Somebody has their camper, doesn't want to bother with a cabin rental.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So we have, currently we have 8 campsites. 4 of them have full hookups. 30 amp service and water. On 2023, we will have 2 showers and a laundry facility if people want to do their laundry at the campground.
And then as far as the size of a camper, what are we looking at?
A camper maximum RV is, depending on the driver, we've had ones up to 40 feet in here, but they were professional tractor trailer drivers. We try to minimize it to 35, 36 feet if you're not very comfortable backing in.
All right.
The nice thing about the sites is they are separated from each other, so there's a nice wood line in between. As you can see, there's a good break. This is a nice split, so in case people want to have an RV and they have a little tent set up, that's why this site's very popular for that.
Again, you got your fire pit, you got your picnic table here, and then you were telling me about a little pond that people could ice skate on in the wintertime?
Yes, there is a bait pond, a short hike down the road where freezes over before the main lake, and it's only about 4 feet deep at the deepest part, and it freezes over fairly early.
Very quiet. I mean, it's very peaceful here. All right, so maybe we'll head back to the store area.
All right, sounds good.
Did we mention they rent e-bikes here too? So we're back here at the store, and you have people that come up. I mean, obviously we've got the 4 seasons here. So fishing in the summertime,
yes,
ice fishing in the winter, and you've got a pretty fancy ice shack that somebody could rent if they want to.
Yes, you can rent out the ice shack. Comes with a bottle of propane. It's got its own heater and a little cook stove in it. Makes it very comfortable, very enjoyable ice fishing.
Nice.
People think that ice fishing's cold and not fun, but you get a nice game playing while you're in there. If it's a slow day fishing, it's a very enjoyable day on the lake.
I could sleep in that ice shack.
Yes, you can.
No problem.
Yeah.
So certainly you'd have hunting here, and I know the Lakeville area, I have done some upland game bird, rough grouse
Yep.
hunting. It's phenomenal.
Hare is
Yes.
good too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so some really good hunting here. And then just the scenery, if you just wanted to go for the boat ride, if you wanted to take one of the e-bikes and tour the area.
Exactly.
And hiking, beautiful, beautiful area. There's Almanac Mountain. I know if you want to come up and enjoy the foliage, beautiful spot for that.
Yeah, and you could four-wheel or take a snowmobile all the way down to Lincoln if you want to go out to lunch or try different restaurants that are out that way. Give you a little adventure.
Have you ever made that trip from here on an ATV? I've done some in the area, but not this one.
I've only gone to Lee.
Gone to Lee.
Where there's a little restaurant there to get a hamburger and whatnot. And I also made it down to Nickatawas, where Joe Snack Shack is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's also a nice, easy ride where you can go down and come back, and it's very easy. We've actually had people that had four-wheeled from here all the way to Machias for a lobster and back in the day. I'm not that ambitious to do that long of a run on a four-wheeler.
That's a haul.
Maybe if I was a little younger, but again, on the snowmobile, you can go much further because you're going a little quicker.
You're going quicker, but ATV, you're right. You can actually get to the coast
Yes.
of Maine from here, which is kind of a cool thing.
Yes.
And then you were telling me you actually have people that will come up and forage for mushrooms as well.
Oh, yes. All kinds of mushrooms. Chaga and the lobster mushroom are the most popular, but there is a good probably 10, 12 other kinds of mushrooms that I am not familiar with that people do come up and forage for.
Cool.
The stargazing is very popular too for people that enjoy the stars, and coming from a big city, it's a great area to see the stars at night.
Yeah, I know my place is similar to yours, and when there's a clear sky at night, I mean, the constellations and the amount of stars that you see is it's mind-boggling. You don't experience that in a lot of places in the country.
And there's nothing like being on a frozen lake in the middle of wintertime and there's no wind and there's a full moon. It's another really fun thing to do is to go cross-country skiing at nighttime.
Yeah, absolutely.
On a full moon, it's very enjoyable.
So Lakeville, Maine, it's kind of a hidden gem. I've always told people that. It's not something that sometimes GPSs don't show it as easy as other places in the country. Yeah. But coming from, if you were driving from Boston, we're about 5.25 hour drive from Boston. From the city of Bangor, if you wanted to get a direct flight into Bangor International Airport, you can get a direct flight from all the major airports in New York, Philadelphia. You can get a direct flight in. And also Washington, D.C. So you could land there and rent a car, and we're probably 1.75 hours drive up from the Bangor International Airport. And for people that don't want to rent a car, you said there's an opportunity for
a seaplane to pick you up at Bangor International Airport and drop you off right at our dock.
Cool, cool. So getting here, to me, 5.25 hours from Boston, most of that's going to be I-95.
Correct, yes, it's an easy drive.
It's an easy drive.
Yes. Yes.
And then the last stretch driving in through it's just a beautiful forest to come through. Now, Mike, tell me about the February special that you have coming up.
All right now we have a February special. If you're up here ice fishing, the Ice Shack, which we were currently telling you about earlier, you rent it for 2 nights and the third day is free. So you don't have to set it up. We'll set it up for you. We'll have the heat on for you. Basically just bring your fishing gear and food and go to town. The other thing that we have going on in February is the first person that is staying at the cabins or a guest that catches a togue, the first togue over 10 pounds gets $100 cash.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Cool. That's a good thing to talk about is the fish species on this whole junior chain and in the grand. I mean, it's if a group of people like to do bass fishing, you can wear yourself out bass fishing.
Yes,
here.
we've had people catch 100 bass in one day in June.
And I don't doubt that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just phenomenal bass fishing.
And salmon fishing is pretty good too, right when the ice goes out. And people do come up for perch fishing too. The white perch, there's a lot of people that enjoy making chowder out of that. There's whitefish in here. You also have the corn pouch. And of course, we have the yellow perch for the kids that get caught up on fishing. You can catch them right from the dock.
I was going to say, you know, some of the salmon fishing, togue fishing can be slow for kids.
Yes.
But if you want to bring the kids and stand on the end of the dock,
Yep.
and you know, a lot of children from across in the major metros, they've never seen anything like this.
Correct.
You know,
yes.
probably never even casted a fishing reel,
Yes.
fishing rod.
And it's a really nice, the dock is very stable and it's wide. So you could sit out there with your kids, you know, and have a beverage, and they're sitting right in front of you, and they can catch fish after fish after fish, and they really have a good time. It's also a good place to see some of the wildlife from the birds. The eagles come down in front of the dock quite often. We have some very old, huge turtles that I can't think of their names right now because there's 3 of them now.
Yeah.
And there's just a good spree of bird life that you can see from the dock.
Yeah, all kinds of wildlife here.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Mike, what are your? If somebody wants to book here, how do they book a vacation here at your place?
You can go. We can give us a call here, or you can book online. Check our availability. Our rates are $195 to $305 a night, depending on the time of year. Mm-hmm. And if you like us on Facebook, you'll see that we do have specials, just like the fishing special I just told you about. But we also do have discount weekends.
So $195 to $305 per night, depending on the time of year.
Yep.
And I'm sure there's minimum night stays
Minimum
depending on the
stay
time of year.
is 3 nights.
3 nights.
Yep.
And then your weekly rate's $11.50 to $18.50 a week.
Correct. Yes.
Again, depending on the time of year. Somebody can either call you to book. They can, folks. We're going to put the website to the campground here in the link below, so you can also book there as well. This is Peter McPhail with Lifestyle Properties of Maine. Thanks for joining me today on location at Wild Fox Cabins and Campground. Again, it's not for sale, but it certainly is an opportunity for you to come up and experience a little piece of Maine for a few days or a week. Great place to stop and visit. So thanks again for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you again real soon. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
They lock up.